Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball, looking in the Chicago Bears playbook. Gun spread is going to be our formation, and if you like these spread out formations, we just did a video in the Jets playbook of another spread formation. Isn't quite exactly the traditional spread, but if you like the spread, we just did a video on that, so go ahead and check that out too. But we're going to start with the inside zone, of course. We have to start with the run game. We got to go with the boring part. We'll match with just regular old nickel plays here, just the regular old nickel defense. And I want to start with the run game because I know we want to chuck the ball down the field. I have 4 pass plays for you a little bit later in the video, but we have to have some semblance of a run game, and this is just kind of how I set it up. I mean, I come out in my run play, and I have 4 pass plays that I can really dictate to the defense of where I want to attack. They can't cover everything down the field, so we want to have routes that attack different parts of the field. Pretty self-explanatory. But as for the run game, I really like this look against the double mug. I know people have issues with the double mug. My solution at this is just to run directly at it, and we have the inside zone. Very versatile run. It's a run that you can either bounce outside or you can kind of cut up inside. It's very versatile in that way. So let's just go ahead and run right at these backers. And I mean, you can see, I don't know what the hell Jermaine Johnson was doing there. Did not make a good play on the ball at all. But a lot of the times that's what happens. Again, here we have another great run look. And this is why we want to have the run play at our disposal. We are in spread, so the defense is eventually going to have to spread outside of the box. So they only have 4 guys here, 4 down linemen and a linebacker. That is 5 players to stop the run. We have 5 offensive linemen to block. That is a good matchup for us in the run. So obviously we want to be able to get to this and run the ball down their throat. And of course, they're going to make me look bad. Swift is actually going to be able to bounce off our own blocker and do a good job there. But here, the exact opposite look. They have 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers. They have six possible tacklers in the box close to the ball. We only have 5 blockers. So if we run this here, of course, we're going to get a good run because I said we aren't going to get a good run, so we're going to that time. But it's all about the number game in the run game. And of course, I mean, you just saw right there. Sometimes it works out whenever it shouldn't work out. You get a block shed, and sometimes you have more guys in the box, like this. I mean, here we're kind of running it into their front, and they do a pretty good job of stopping the run. But sometimes, of course, the run game can be, you're subject to block sheds and whatnot. And sometimes you break a big run too. I mean, here we're just going to run away from the linebacker. Just wanted to show you there. You can actually, I didn't run away from him at all. But you can kind of cut that run up. You saw us bounce it out before. Again, get those double mug looks. Just run it right at these linebackers. The only time it's sort of a disadvantage against that double mug look is if they're sending all 6 at you. Like if they send all 6 of these guys, the 4 down linemen and the 2 linebackers, on a blitz here, sometimes that can get a little muddy. You can just see our center and our guard are just taking these linebackers for a ride. And of course, you can't get to the replay quite yet. But our center and the guard just taking these guys for a ride. Look at this. I mean, he's already 3-4 yards down the field making contact. 64 is going to he's chasing him down. He's chasing C.J. Mosley down the field. And I mean, I probably could have cut this ball back, into this hole right here, right in between, right where those guys are. Just run it right at these linebackers, and, they're typically lighter than your offensive linemen and stuff, so you're going to get good animations on that. But now, let's get into these pass plays. The first one we're going to be looking at is smash halfback seam, and obviously we're going to be running smash to the outsides of the field, both sides here, with our receivers, and then our running back is going to be running the halfback seam. Pretty self-explanatory play there, and this is absolutely one you can just run stock. Here we have 2 high safeties. Maybe we can hold on to this ball long enough to try to get the running back in between there. But really what we're trying to do is run this smash concept, pull that corner down. You can see he was sitting in a number 4 over here, sitting in that soft squat, and looked like a cover 2. Kind of just show you exactly what we're talking about. Try to put these outside guys just in conflict. Try to put them in hell, really, is what we're trying to do. Because he can't cover everybody. He can't cover DJ Moore and Keenan Allen going over the top of them. And especially in this cover 2, this is a pretty good look as well. Sometimes this safety can come down and, play it a little bit better than he did here. But, I mean, there's a ton of room over here. I mean, you can just see a lot of room over to the sideline. That's where we're trying to throw the ball. And, of course, if they start playing their zone drops at these 10, 15, 20 yards to stop these corner routes, well, then we have the hitches underneath, and we take these short routes, what they give us. That's sort of the idea in behind these plays here. And, yeah, just very, very simple plays. Very, very simple concept to run over there. And of course, I mean, if you don't just want to run smash on both sides of the field, one of my favorite things to do is put DJ Moore over here on a post, the receiver opposite of the running back. So in this case, the running back's to the right side of the formation. I'm going to take the receiver that was on a hitch to the left side of the formation and put him on a post. It's beautiful having the post in the audibles this year. That was one of the best things they ever could have done for the offensive side of the ball. That's just what we needed. More stuff, more advantages for the offensive side of the ball. But putting DJ Moore on this route here is basically you're going to be running scissors now with Moore and Allen over here on the left side of the field, still running the concept smash to the right side of the field. And of course, we still have our running back, trying to stretch that seam. But, okay, they do a pretty good job here. And that was one Sauce did a good job. That was a bad play on my part. That was a perfect example where I just babbled on about taking these taking these check downs here. You can see Sauce, he sort of plays it in the beginning, but he falls back, and I mean, you can just see, just throw the ball here, right? Throw the ball to Odunze, and you can go run and pick up 10, 15 yards on the ground, after the catch like that. Very simple. You don't have to force these corner routes, especially whenever they play these zone drops or they're playing over the top or whatever have you. But again, I'll put more on the post here. Try to run scissors. I mean, and then you can just see. I mean, very tough matchup right there, and that's kind of what spread does to you a little bit. If you play these traditional defenses and you just play, just straight up base defenses, whatever, sometimes you get a linebacker, you just get alignment mismatches here, just exactly like that. This linebacker has no opportunity to cover. Oh, they actually send him on a blitz here, which is why, okay, even better here. They're in this double mug look. They're in sort of a man blitz maybe here, maybe a zone blitz. But whatever the case may be, this guy is so far out of position on Keenan Allen just because we're in spread, because we have our offense, spread out across the field, spread out horizontally. He has no opportunity to cover him. And even though he actually did a pretty good job of closing the gap there, very, very little opportunity to cover that outbreaking route. And that's just what we're trying to do. This is a lot of, trying to play a lot of leverage and stuff like that. And you'll see with these other plays, we're going to be attacking mainly the leverage of these defenses here. If they're playing a lot of inside guys, we're going to throw the ball to the sidelines. If they're trying to stack the middle of the field, with a bunch of zones, or trying to play cover 2 with a lot of yellow zones over the middle of the field, that's fine. We'll throw the ball to the outside of the field, no problem. Next one, though, is going to be mesh post. And again, this is one you can absolutely leave stock, if I could speak, that helps. You can obviously put Carter on a corner, and then we're going to run scissors now to the other side of the field. You can put Carter on a slot, on a slant, and try to run like a high-low read with him and Odunze out there. Just a lot of stuff that you can do, and you don't want to be a robot with this. I say this almost every video now. You can't be a robot. You can't just run the same exact adjustments. You can't just come out, run it stock, or boom, okay, I'm in mesh post. I put this guy on my slant every single time, or I just put him on a corner every single time, whatever. You can't be a robot. You have to do different things because your opponent is going to key in on those things. I don't care how good or how bad they are going to key in if you keep hitting with the same thing over and over and over again. But we'll just run this, like I said, we'll just run this stock to start here. And of course, these little, oh man, they sent a blitz at me there. Should have threw the ball to the running back. But I was trying to talk about these mesh routes underneath, the little drags underneath. They will stop against zone and keep going against man. If you've watched my videos before, typically I like to re-drag these guys because I don't know. I just can't get on the same page. I know that they're supposed to stop against zone and keep running against man, but I just like to know what they're doing before the play every single time, just because these computers in Madden, the AI in Madden is subpar at best, I would say. But of course, running it stock, here we have the running back, and you can just see, a lot of other options underneath. And of course, this is sort of the play that, once you've hit them down the field a bunch of times, it's going to open up something underneath. This is what it's opening up underneath. It's like I said, we can always adjust out of this. I mean, there's no one over Keenan Allen, so I mean, why don't we just streak Keenan Allen on this play? Do we think the linebacker's going to be able to get to him? He actually does a pretty good job getting out there. That's going to open up Carter underneath. And I mean, that's really the offense that we're trying to run here. We're trying to just really put your opponent in a no-win situation. He doesn't have Keenan Allen does not have a man over him. He doesn't have a guy over him. So let's just streak him, right? Put him into that area where no one is. Someone's going to either have to go to that area or we're going to throw him the ball. Okay, someone went to that area. Now, the area that this linebacker vacated is wide open. So that's where we'll throw the ball now. It is that simple. That's my favorite thing about these spread offenses. It makes the game so simple. Yeah, you can really pick and choose where exactly you're trying to attack these defenses. But mesh post, though, really, really nice one. I don't want to go into this too much either. This is a very simple play. I leave it stock a lot of times. I do want to touch on this DJ Moore route over here, though. I do love this route because sometimes it's just free yards. This looks like a man blitz here. Maybe if you're on the right hash, you can kind of hit that. But if you're this deep third or this outside corner is in a deep third, a lot of these times to DJ Moore, this is just free yards. And even against man, of course, he didn't turn around and catch it for me. But a lot of the times you can catch that guy in a deep third. Like here, this might be cover 3. We see that single high safety. Let's go to this mesh post. And you can just see that's free yardage. That's what we call that in the biz, free yardage. There's no one covering him. He just goes to a free corner route. So I really like mesh post. Really solid play for these, trying to bring the defense down, and then eventually take the top off. H shallow cross will be our next one here. And this is, again, another one you can just come out here and leave stock. What I like to do, though, is put my slot receiver Carter on a post here. We're going to be running double post with him and Odunze. And, of course, the DeAndre Swift route out of the backfield. Just awesome. It just really throws your opponent off. I mean, you think if he's going to the flat, you know, he's not going to be running to the opposite side of the field. So I just really like that that's stock in there. You don't have to do anything crazy to motion him and get, you know, to get him on the route. Just really, really nice. And of course, you still have Allen just on a drag underneath. Again, running these double posts. I mean, if the linebacker is going to come up and play that much, that's going to leave a big old window right there for Carter to, you know, get into that area and make a play. So very simple. Again, super simple scheme, guys. Here, okay. I mean, they run a little bit of man. Again, man, I mean, you got to catch the ball. We got to catch the ball. That helps a little bit too. But again, we're just really attacking the middle field. You saw we're attacking these sidelines with you know, smash and mesh posts. We have, you know, with DJ Moore out there attacking the sidelines. Here, this is all over the middle of the field, especially whenever maybe you have a little bit better, you're playing against a little bit better of a user. I mean, just put a bunch of stuff in their face, you know, crossing their face. They can't cover the, you know, the back post with Odunze, the post with Carter, and Keenan Allen underneath. I mean, that's pretty tough. Here, of course, the running back underneath. A lot of the times, guys, he just gets lost in the wash. You know, just, I mean, he's crossing the formation, which is just, it's kind of a unique thing in Madden. Like here, I mean, it looks like a man blitz here. He might get lost in the sauce, and he actually doesn't. They actually had the safety over that side. Probably just could have hit the post for a touchdown, but regardless. And again, I mean, if you just want to leave this stock, for sure. Like maybe you want to hit. I mean, this is the reason I'm kind of actually Odunze did a pretty good job running away from sauce, but of course that does muddy it up a little bit if you go with the deeper post. Whereas you saw there, I mean, it created a little bit more space down the field for Odunze there. And there, oh, wow, man, we're trying to hit that up. I mean, hey. But H shallow cross, just a really nice one. Of course, you know, you still have DJ Moore on the big route, the big go route on the outside, but just a super simple play. And again, we're attacking a bunch of different stuff. There you see the middle linebacker sort of drops back. Sauce Gardner does a really good job coming up and trying to make a tackle. You know, hopefully he can make a tackle in the game, you know, if you're on defense there. But you can just see all the linebackers. I know I've been in replay a lot this video. But all these linebackers just, I mean, maybe you can imagine you've hit them with this post over and over and over again. So they just play, you know, they're linebackers, and maybe this is a user player, plays way back and, you know, obviously trying to take away that post. What does that open up? All of this underneath, all of this green grass underneath. So let's just take that and, you know, throw the ball there. Same thing. Well, I mean, they actually did a pretty good job trapping the other running back here on the other side. But again, I mean, if you can hit that, you know, pretty clean underneath here, a lot of room to run. And I actually probably could have I definitely should have got the ball to Keenan Allen a little bit earlier. You can imagine if I would give him the ball right here, playing on time. I mean, you can really see, you know, all this field he has to work with, as opposed to, you know, where I got it to him a little bit later in the route, and, you know, he gets tackled pretty quickly. So last one, let's get to levels, Y, sail, and you already know what's coming up here. We have the big post route to Carter here, and I really like this one because it's a little bit deeper than your just traditional post route. Like here, I'm going to put Carter on just a corner route here, or a corner, I'm saying. It's just a little bit, you can see he's breaking a little bit before the 40 there, whereas if I go to level sail, he's breaking a little bit after the 40. So that just messes with your opponent's zone drops just that little bit more that you have. And of course, Keenan Allen on this big post over the middle of the field. I really like that look against cover 2 here. So maybe that's what comes open. Not quite, but of course, I mean, that's the route we're trying to hit anyway, trying to pull these zones down to the flats just like we do, and we're going to open up the corner route in behind it. And same kind of deal, right? If they play, you know, they play these zone drops at, you know, this one they probably play at 15, 20 yards. That sounds good to me, man. I mean, they play them that deep. We will happily check down to our running back, happily check down. You know, we have a drag underneath with DJ Moore. Man, these Jets can't tackle today. Happily check it down to these guys and take these underneath routes if they are going to, you know, play these zone drops super deep. Here they bring a safety into the box. We're going to take advantage of that. Boom, Keenan Allen turns him inside out. And if you have a little bit quicker receiver, that's probably a house call. So I just really like all the things you can attack with this. Spread is just such a good formation. Again, here's one. I mean, we have a lot of outside leverage here. We might want to run smash with Keenan Allen outside. Boom. He's going to cook the linebacker. Super easy. You can just see, you can pick and choose exactly what you're trying to attack on the defense. And I just love that part about this offense. Spread is always one of my favorite things. Gun spread. I'm more of an under center guy personally myself. But I know a lot of people like, you know, shotgun formations, pistol formations, and stuff like that. Not really under center type of thing. But that is pretty much all I have for you guys in this one here. I hope you did like this one. Like I said, check if you like these spread formations. A couple videos ago, we just were in the Jets playbook in a spread-wise slot, I think, formation out of the Jets playbook. You can look back at the channel and make sure that's exactly what it is. But another very similar type of deal here as the Chicago playbook. But I appreciate you guys watching this one here. This scheme was a lot of fun. Love the Chicago Bears playbook. Love spread, like I've been saying. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all my rambling at the end of this one. If you did enjoy this one, give me a like, subscribe to the channel. We're doing all these schemes all the time. Have gameplays coming out on the weekend. You know, are built around the schemes and stuff like that. So subscribe to the channel for all that nonsense. And yeah, I think that's it. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Later.